guys, welcome to Kemma's Never Seen It. I'm Kemma, and today the movie we're going to be talking about is the Barbie movie. I was gonna wear pink, but all the pink clothes I have, they're dirty, so I can't wear it. So I'm wearing blue today. I don't know what kind of Barbie I am, just YouTube Barbie, I guess, so we'll just go with that. Before we jump into the movie, let's go ahead and see what this movie's about based on the DVD cover summary. Barbie and Ken are having the time of their lives in the colorful and seemingly perfect world of Barbie Land. However, when they get a chance to go to the real world, they soon discover the joys and perils of living amongst humans. When I was little, I had like a short time period of when I actually was a Barbie girl. Like I had a couple Barbies and I had like a little doll house for them. I watched a couple Barbie movies, but once I got my first Bratz doll, Barbie was out the window. And I'm not trying to throw hate on Barbie. I mean, we're talking about the movie, so no hate right now, but I was a Bratz girl. I can't help it, and I still am. But to go ahead and dive into the movie, to start off, the beginning of the movie says how little girls' only dolls were actually baby dolls. There weren't any other dolls for them to play with for a long period of time, which I think is true. I mean, I only had a couple baby dolls, but you know, again, after that, I got like my Barbies, my Bratz and stuff. So that, thankfully, that point in my life wasn't too long. But I can see there was a long period of time where little girls only had baby dolls to be the nurturing mother and all that kind of stuff. But when Barbies were created, they were created to show girls, hey, you could be a doctor, you could be a lawyer, you can be an astronaut, you can be this and that. Like there's so many versions of Barbie. Like again, I'm YouTube Barbie, so you could be YouTuber. And with Barbie being created, that kind of gave an undertone of, oh, feminism, equal rights, everything's perfect, everything's great. At least that's what they thought in Barbie Land. When we get to Barbie Land, we meet Barbie and Barbie and Barbie and Barbie. But the one we're focusing on the most, the main character, is stereotypical Barbie. She starts her day off the same every time. Perfect, shower, put her clothes on, have her little breakfast, saying hi to all the different Barbies, and just, again, living in this perfect world. Right after that, we're introduced to Ken and Ken and Ken and Alan. I mean, this is probably by design and probably why it was so funny in the movie, but I don't know who Alan is. I know Barbie, I know Ken. I don't know the rest of I don't know Alan. Again, everything's great. Everyone's at the beach. They're having a good time. They're smiling. They go back to Barbie's house so they can have a dance party. Everybody's dancing. Everybody's having a really good time. Barbie Land is dope. They're playing Dula Peep. They're having their dance party. They have the Love is Blind cups in there. I noticed that. And everything is just happy and perfect until Barbie decides to mess it up.
Do you guys ever think about dying?
I laughed so hard. Cause girl, why are you gonna bring that up? Everything's going fine, perfect and dandy. Why are you gonna bring up death right now? What? And ruin the whole vibe? She brought it back, but what caused you to do that? So again, she brought the tone back, so everything was happy again. The next morning, everything is really weird. It's not all perfect and great like how it usually is. Barbie's shower is too cold. Her breakfast is burnt. She drinks expired milk. Like everything's just like seemingly bad. She falls out the sky instead of landing perfectly like she usually does. Things are weird. She gets to the beach, and as she's about to take off her shoes so they can go to the water, her feet go from this to flat. She's flat-footed now. For those of you who don't know, actually this movie did a really good job like depicting a Barbie's, because even in the beginning of the movie when she took her shoes off, her foot stayed like this. Like it never wavered. So when her foot went flat, you know that there's something wrong. All the other Barbies see it. They get sick because they're just like, ew, why do you have a flat foot? And they send her to Weird Barbie. Now, if you have ever played with dolls when you were little, we've all had a Weird Barbie or a weird doll of some kind of facet. I had a Weird Barbie. I cut her hair bald because I was just like, it's gonna grow back and it's gonna be so cute and so pretty. And then the next day she still didn't have any hair. And I was just like, why isn't this growing? What is wrong with this Barbie? I don't think I've ever colored on dolls' faces, but I cut her hair, and I'm sorry, girl. She goes up to Weird Barbie's house, and also she says a quote in here, which I think is true for women in real life, but we still wear heels and hurt ourselves.
Oh, I would never wear heels if my feet were shaped this way.
But anyway, she tells Weird Barbie about her feet. She said that she's having the thoughts of death and all this weird stuff. And Weird Barbie tells her that there was a portal open between her and the girl who's playing with her in real life. And she has to go to the real world. That way she can go ahead, meet the girl, make her happy, come back and have the portal closed so she can live her perfect life again. Weird Barbie gives her the directions of all the places and things that she needs to go through to get to the real world. And as she's leaving, Ken has a bet with Ken to go with her or else he would lose the bet, and they go out together. They go through a bunch of stuff. They drive, they take a boat, a ship, a bike, they camp out for a little bit. Oh, snowmobile, and then they roller skate into California on the beach. Also, like, I love wearing colors. If you know anything about me, I love wearing orange, yellow. If I have pink clothes, I'll wear pink clothes, bright blues. I love colors, but like with the outfits they were wearing in comparison to the real world that they got into, why does everything look so gray? That alone inspired me to like never wear black and gray ever again because like it looks so gray and ugh. What happened to bright, vibrant colors? I know that's not everyone's style. Some people look amazing with their earth tones, neutral colors, dark colors, but like, can someone wear a splash or something? But I digress. Barbie and Ken are roller skating on the boardwalk, and a bunch of men are like catcalling Barbie, ogling her, like Macy. Ugh, you know the vibes. You know how it be. And with Ken, like he doesn't feel any of that because he's not being ogled, and he's just like, ooh, people are like complimenting me, and it feels really nice. And then as they're going through that, they notice that what they're used to in Barbie Land versus the real world is reversed. So it's really different. On Ken's side, he's just like, oh, hell yeah. But on Barbie's side, she's just like, this feels uncomfortable. So they're skating around, and then they finally get to a point where Barbie's just like, okay, I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna think to find, no, I'm gonna sit here and think so I can find this girl that's playing with me. You go somewhere. Ken roams around to like walk around, and he's noticing all of this like male energy. Like he's seeing men in trucks, he's seeing men riding horses, he's seeing men shushing women out of little business conversations. What the hell was that? And he's just like, ooh, what's going, this is different than what I'm used to, but this feels nice. Meanwhile, Barbie, she's thinking about and trying to figure out who the girl is who's playing with her, and she sees a little girl, and basically as she's growing up to where she is right now, and she cries for the first time. Again, she's a doll, so she's just like, what is this? Same girl. So Barbie and Ken come back together. Barbie tells Ken, hey, we have to go to the school to get the little girl. Meanwhile, Ken is so excited because he thinks that men rule the world and that that's the solution to everything, but he shuts up about it, and they go to the school to find the girl. As they're going to the school, the FBI calls Mattel. If you didn't know, Mattel is the company for Barbie, and they're just like, hey, there are some Barbies on the loose. I don't know what y'all are doing over there, but you better go find them and get them. So Alan from Mattel, not Barbie Land, goes into the CEO's office and he tells them, hey, there are some Barbies on the loose and we should probably go get them. Back to Barbie and Ken. So they're at the school and they split up again. Ken wants to go to the library so he can look at some books about men and manly stuff, while Barbie is gonna go find the little girl. Barbie finds the girl and she's just like, hey, it's me, it's Barbie. Why are you sad? Stop being sad, be happy, blah, 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 blah. And the little girl, her name is Sasha. She tears her up. She calls Barbie a fascist. She says she's what's wrong with women. These body image issues that women had are because of Barbie, and she's a bimbo and all this kind of stuff. And Barbie cries again, but she doesn't know what crying is. So she's just like, okay, thanks, I'm gonna leave. Meanwhile, Ken's in the library. He's finding all these books about manly stuff and horses. I don't know what it is about horses, but that really resonated with him as well. So he gets all these books, and in the midst of that, he's going to these different places, and he's just like, I'm a man, you should give me a job and like hire me and stuff. Of course, with it being the real world, you need like degrees and things like that. But there was an interesting point that was put in.
You guys are clearly not doing patriarchy very well.
No, no,
We're doing it well. Yeah, we just hide it better now.
oh.
Again, very realistic, we know. So then Ken comes back, Barbie's on the side of the school crying, and then Mattel comes and they pick up Barbie. Meanwhile, Ken is in the background like, should I save her? Should I still get her? Nah, she's okay, What? He lets Barbie be taken away. what is going on here? So Barbie gets in the car, and behind the Mattel cars, we're also introduced to Sasha's mom, who works at Mattel behind a desk in front of the CEO's office. Sasha gets in the car. She's like, hey, mom. And they notice that Barbie's being taken away. And they're just like, her mom is just like, what's going on here? And Sasha's just like, oh, that lady who thinks she's Barbie, she's about to be taken away by the cops because she's crazy. But in her mom's heart of hearts, I forgot her name. Let me look at her name real quick. Her name's Gloria. I don't know if it was ever mentioned in the movie. It probably was, because how else would there be a name online? Anyway, Gloria, Sasha's mom, she's just like, oh my God, gets out of her car to follow the moving Mattel cars. You're in a car. Again, it's little things like that irritate me, but we're moving on. So Mattel gets Barbie back, and they're just like, hey, you know, we want to send you back to Barbie Land. I know that's all you want, but you got to get in this box and we'll be able to put you back to Barbie Land. Barbie's just like, oh yeah, I'm down to go back. But before I go, can I meet the woman in charge? There are no women who are at Mattel. None in that little board of directors or anything.
We had a woman CEO in the 90s. And there was another one at some other time.
That rubs her the wrong way, and she knows that there's something wrong. So instead of getting in the box, she's just like, I need to go to the bathroom, and makes a run for it. And they do this whole montage of where they're trying to chase her and catch her so they can put her in the box. Then she comes to this room where there's an older lady in there, and they're just kind of talking a little bit. Nothing too in depth, but she hears them tell people, and the older lady, her name is Ruth, she's just like, you can go this way and you can get out of here. And then Barbie leaves. Once she gets outside, she notices that Gloria and Sasha are outside, and they're just like, get in the car, we're gonna save you. And they drive off and go through a high-speed chase with Mattel. When they're in the car, Barbie is talking to the mom and Sasha and comes to the realization that Barbie didn't come for Sasha. Barbie came to the real world for Gloria, because Gloria is the one who's having the thoughts about death and cellulite and depression and sadness and all this kind of stuff. And she still has Barbie as a doll. Like, she was playing with them, still drawing pictures and stuff. So she's just like, oh my God, I came for you. And it's actually a little cute moment. Also, Sasha said, what does shining mean? She's just like, are you shining for Barbie right now? Is that the same thing as fangirling? I don't think I'm that old, y'all, but I don't know what that is. That some Gen Alpha stuff? I don't want to sound like that. I don't want to, oh my God. Just someone let me know what shining means. I could look it up, but we're a community here. We help each other out. And also, the daughter is so mean to her mom. She is so mean to her mom. She's just like, don't touch me, don't look at me, don't, girl. Oh, I don't know. It's kind of crazy. But anyway, once they lose Mattel, they end up going back to Barbie Land. They have to go in reverse. So, they're skating, and then they're on the snowmobile, yada, yada, yada. I forgot all the steps, but they get back to Barbie Land. And then Barbie's so excited. She's just like, Ken, when he let Barbie get kidnapped, by the way, he went back to Barbie Land to tell everybody about patriarchy and horses. So when Barbie's driving in there, she's just like, I can't wait to show you guys Barbie Land. It's the perfect land, da 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 da. But everything's different. They get there and the Kens are playing volleyball, not the Barbies. The Barbies are giving them all beer. John Cena is a mermaid now, and it's just everything's changed. Then Barbie drives up to her dream house, notices that Ken has taken it over and has spewed all this patriarchy and misogyny just throughout Barbie Land. So now the roles are reversed, but it's bad.
It's my dream house. It's mine.
No, this is no longer Barbie's dream house. This shall henceforth be known as Ken's Mojo Dojo Casa House.
So all the Barbies are brainwashed. And if you think about it, the way that they're brainwashed is probably what people think Barbie actually is. Like, again, just like this airhead, subservient to men, just no thought behind, like that's how they are now. But again, that's not what Barbie strive for. It's more about like women can do anything. Women can be more than just this face. They could be, you know what I mean? Y'all know what I mean, so I'll keep going. And then as all that's happening, Mattel is on their way. They have to go through the exact same steps to get to Barbie Land. So they get their roller skates, they go through the snowmobile, blah, 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 tandem bikes, all that stuff. So, but they're on their way to Barbie Land. The Kens are also talking about changing the constitution of Barbie Land. Again, that way it is more Ken focused and kind of just demotes Barbies for everything. Because again, Barbies are in charge of everything. They're on the council, they're the board of directors, they're the doctors, they're the lawyers, they're everything. And Kens, honestly, they don't have an arc. They're kind of just there. Like, it's almost like the Kens don't exist without Barbie, you know what I mean? But they don't have any special thing about them like the different versions of Barbie. So they're going to change the constitution for that reason. Once Barbie hears that, she's just like, listen, I don't even care. I can't do this anymore. Everything's changed. Nothing's right. Everything was supposed to be the same. Everything's supposed to be happy and perfect. I can't deal with this anymore. And she gives up. Once she gives up, weird Barbie comes in and takes her back to her house because she's just like, she's not brainwashed, but we have to help her in some kind of way. Once Gloria and Sasha notice that Barbie's being taken away, they're just like, okay, we kind of maybe they didn't mess up anything technically, but also, you know, Gloria feels bad and she's just like, let's just leave and go. So they're driving away. And turns out Alan's in the back of the car because he's just like, listen, I don't subscribe to what these Kens are doing. If I sit on one more leather couch, I'm gonna lose it. Let me out of here too. There's a quick little montage scene, like as they're about to leave, there's some construction workers outside of Barbie Land who are trying to build a wall. They don't know how to build a wall, but Alan's just like, once they figure out how to go horizontally and not just vertically, they're gonna build a wall so no one can get in or get out. And I want to leave. And there's a quick little montage scene where he fights them all so they can leave. As he's fighting them, the mom and Sasha are talking, and Sasha's just like, listen, I know I've been a little difficult and stuff and thought this was kind of stupid, but we have to go back and help bring things back to normal. We can't give up. We have to do this. And then the mom, Gloria, is just like, you're right. Let's go back. So then after Alan's done fighting all the construction workers, he's just like, okay, we're clear to go. Let's go. They're just like, no, we're going back to help the Barbies. Poor Alan. He's like, I don't want to go back there, but he has no choice. So they go back up to weird Barbie's house, and they're trying to talk to some of the Barbies that have been brainwashed, try to revert them back, and also talk to stereotypical Barbie. Because again, she's just like, listen, you know, I don't understand what's going on. I don't know how I could fix this, but everything's messed up. And Gloria gives this long and amazing speech about being a woman. I cannot post the entire thing, but a synopsis is just like, you are a woman and you're expected to be this, but at the same time, you can't be this. You know what I mean? And as a woman, you know, we all know those parallels so well. Unfortunately, it's a part of our day-to-day normal lives. And that actually helped fix one of the Barbies. So instead of being brainwashed, she's just like, there's something in your speech that you said that really just resonated. And I'm back to normal now. And then with that, they come up with a plan. So basically their plan is to, one after another, once one of the Barbie gets fixed, she goes in to act like, you know, a brainwashed Barbie to distract a Ken, takes a brainwashed Barbie into a truck. Gloria gives them parts of a speech that would resonate with them to bring them back to normal, to snap them out of it. And then they just keep continuing that until they have all the Barbies back. It works. And one of the last steps they need to do is to somehow get the Kens to go against each other. How they achieve this is with stereotypical Barbie. She goes in and she's just like, hey, Ken, I've been doing a lot of thinking, and you know, you're right about this whole patriarchy stuff, and I want to be your, there's a long name of what she said, but I want to be your girlfriend. This is all Ken ever wanted. So he's just like, yeah, sure, of course. Inside he's screaming, but he's just like, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. And then they have this moment where all the Kens have a Barbie and they're singing to them on the beach. And then all the Barbies get up, switch partners, go to different Kens, and that makes the Kens turn against each other. Once that happens, they come up with a plan. Well, one side of the Kens comes up with a plan to go against the other side of the Kens so they can fight and basically fight for their honor. And then that has a whole fighting montage. There's also a really cute dancing scene that's in there. That's cool. Also, this scene cracked me up because why was he pop locking in the middle of it? I'm just kidding. That had me screaming. That was so funny. But anyway, the Kens stopped fighting because like it was like the fight, then there was a dance montage, and then there was a pause. And then one of the Kens just like, weren't we supposed to vote today? Wasn't the election today? So they completely missed it. And the Barbies ended up voting to bring Barbie Land back. And they win, of course, because the Kens weren't there. So once that happens, you know, Ken realizes that he lost. But Barbie has a conversation with him and it's just like, listen, I know, because he's just like, you know, like, I just felt something with the idea of men being in charge of something, because I don't exist unless you exist. No one cares about Ken unless Barbie's there. And Barbie basically just gives him like a little speech saying, you know, you have to find your own identity.
Maybe all the things that you thought made you you aren't really you.
That resonates with her too, because again, like, she's stereotypical Barbie. So she's what you think of when you think of a Barbie. And it's just like, what else is she aside from the stereotype of blonde, this body, blue? Like, what else is she, you know? So while that's happening, Mattel is there. And they're just like, hey, we can make everything go back to normal exactly how it was before. You know, we just want to make sure everything's good. And the Barbies are just like, well, we don't exactly want that. We don't want anyone to be outcast. We don't want anybody to be unseen or anything like that. Like, that's not fair. That's not how things should have been going. So that's resolved. The Kens get some kind of place under the council, which basically means that one day they'll have as much power as women do in the real world. That was shade, and I hated it.
Well, the Kens have to start somewhere, and one day the Kens will have as much power and influence in Barbie Land as women have in the real world.
Then as all of that's happening, Ruth comes, and Ruth is actually the inventor of Barbie. Barbie was named after her daughter, so she can have, like, you know, dolls to play with, and also, you know, figures to kind of look up to, I guess. And she's just like, hey, stereotypical Barbie, what do you want? It turns out Barbie actually wants to be human. She, again, doesn't want to be the stereotypical whatever. She wants to be human. She wants to feel. She wants to, you know, mean something. She wants to create the ideas, not be the idea. So then she does end up being human. She's in the real world. She's with Gloria and Sasha. They're all friends. They're all cutesy now. They drop her off at this building. And what does she do as one of her first things?
And what are you here for today, Barbara?
I'm here to see my gynecologist.
So I'm guessing now that she's a human, she's just excited to see that cooch. And that's the end of the movie. That's the end of the movie. And this got an 88% on Rotten Tomatoes. While I do think it's a tad bit high, I would still rate this movie in the 80s. I actually really like this movie. I laughed a lot. In this movie. This movie was funny. It had some good parts. I love the dance montage for It's Just Ken. That was really cute. Yeah, it was great. Of course, we're doing Oscars movies, so I'm gonna go over the Oscars that this won in 2024, just last year. So this won Best Picture, Best Supporting Actress with America Ferrera. She was Gloria in the movie, the mom. Best Supporting Actor, Ryan Gosling. And Best Adapted Screenplay, Greta Gerwig and Noah Baumbach. Do I think it's weird that Margot Robbie didn't win anything for this movie? Yes. Does it kind of play into the misogynoir and patriarchy that the movie was talking about? Maybe. But, you know, America Ferrera won something, so I guess something for the girls. And yeah, all around, like I said, I actually enjoyed this movie. I thought it was a really good movie. I didn't see it on time when everybody else did, but I kept hearing about it. And I actually meant to watch it last year, but you know how it is. I just didn't get onto it. But that's it, guys. That is the video. Thank you so much again for tuning in this week. As usual, if you have something that you agree with, disagree with, just want to say how good I did, or have any suggestions on movies I should watch in the future, make sure you leave a comment down below. Tell everybody you know about my channel. I will be here each Thursday. Moms, dads, some kind of family members, some kind of pet, whether it be a dog, cat, pig, horse, those little rodents that you guys like to have sometimes. We talked about this last week. If you have pet bugs, tell them I don't want to see them, but let everybody know that I'm here and posting each week. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, follow me on Instagram and TikTok, while we still have it, kemmasneverseenit, and on BlueSky at thatskemmaj. I always want to express my gratitude and how happy I am that you guys watch me. If you just got here, what's up? I post every Thursday, and I will be back next week for another video. Also, if you just got here, run it back. There are some other videos that I made about other movies where I reviewed and recapped them too, so go back there. Let me know what you think about those ones too. But again, that's the end of the video. So I will see you all back here next week. Bye.